Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included here in the Ultimate Base 4.0. Slowly but surely we are working towards wrapping up the series by finishing the hotel and then inviting the hotel guests. I'm just assuming as soon as I invite all the 20 additional duplicants we will not be able to continue playing anymore. We will be able to observe maybe a little bit, but this is definitely gonna drown my frame rate. Maybe I also want to work a little bit towards sustainability. For instance, my power system slowly but surely runs out of juice. No, actually that's a lie. We still have 1,300 degrees of temperature in here. So despite the fact it's all solidified, we can still suck out a lot of the heat. And then of course we still have the secondary system. So I would say this system here is indeed sustainable. When it comes to petroleum, I have to check. The third planetoid I think does have a little bit of the oil. Yeah, right there. And I exchanged the liquid pump here with gold amalgam so we don't overheat. And currently I have 2 oil wells running for it. If we check out the water we are taking from the cool steam vent here. At the moment this guy is active, but it only has an average output of 1.72 kilograms. And if I'm not mistaken, 1 kilogram is already gone with 1 oil well. Right there. So there's no sense in adding more oil wells unless we also add more water. Either way, all of this precious oil is then being pumped up into the system and into the payload launcher here. As you can see, going to the second planetoid, I think. And right here, we are processing it to petroleum. Now, Ari right here doesn't really have anything to do. I think we could go ahead and finish the secondary system. What do I need? Nothing. You could go in here. So I wonder, why aren't you building this? Of course, I'm just missing the gold task. This is an easy fix. All I need to do is bring a little bit of gold into this conveyor loader and it's going to be brought over so we can finish that build. In the meantime, on the water planetoid, we're making progress. I already got my little water shaft here almost filled up at the bottom. Also, what is this large power transformer doing? Nothing. Why did I put it here? I totally forgot about that. That is indeed interesting. Not so sure. All I know is we are sending over our first food. Let's maybe check out how this is going. We already have the gas range here. Do we have a little bit of food? There's none in here and none in there. Let me check this fridge here. Ah, we got some mixed berry pie. Well, I guess it's because it's also here in a frozen and sterile atmosphere with the hydrogen and everything. But this should then go up theoretically. So right now it is stuck in here and it doesn't go up because... Wait a second. You know, I'm not so sure. It says here mixed berry pie, but the auto sweeper is easily ignoring it. Let me just allow manual use and see. Yeah, there's no pending deliveries. That doesn't make sense, does it? Mixed berry pie. So mixed berry. Am I stupid? Why isn't this working? So right now we are receiving a red signal. Ah, I remember. Oh no, I haven't played the game in such a long time that I totally forgot the frustrating part from the previous episode, and that is that we cannot really relay the signal from the hotel planetoid, so we cannot send a automation signal. And that honestly essentially means we're just gonna send food over nilly-willy probably. Yeah, I gotta say, this was extremely disappointing that I cannot send the signal from the hotel planetoid. I would have used it in different circumstances probably as well. Still, that doesn't solve me the riddle. Let me see. Ah, it has to do with the priorities. They are both priorities 9, but of course this should be priority 8, which means this here. Do we have the mixed berry pie in here? Yeah, this should be priority 7, which it is. Okay, that seems to be working. Now the auto sweeper should do its thing, and the mixed berry pie is going all the way up, and since it's right here inside of the interplanetary launcher, it shouldn't be losing any of the freshness. And in this case, it can just stay here until we have accumulated to 200 kilograms of mass, and then we are sending it to the hotel planetoid. Okay, I can live with that. Now, let me see. I'm still missing the gristle berries, which are right here. So maybe we need to be a little bit careful. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we need the gristle berries, don't we? Hold the phone. So gristle berries. We first have to cook up the bristle berries and then use those. What about the surf and turf? This requires cooked seafood. Now the cooked seafood, let me check that out quickly. I have to reorient myself. The cooked seafood only requires the pacu fillets. Wait a second, why do I have the bristle blossoms in the first place? Like, I need them here, I know. But right here I'm cooking omelets, I don't need them for that. The roast grub fruit, the barbecue, it's not required. Pacu fillets, no. So I'm not cooking anything here that requires the bristleberries. What about the gas range right here? The surf and turf requires barbecue and cooked seafood. And that's all I'm cooking here. But then again, it says I have 0 kilograms of bristleberry, and gristleberry I have also 0 kilograms. Wow, I've played this safe game here for such a long time that I forget things that I did in the beginning and why I did them. Either way, we do need the gristleberries and not the bristleberries, which means I need to cook them up. So we're gonna set this to forever to cook up gristleberries, and that should allow us to get the mixed berry pie as well. Berry sludge, of course, it's the berry sludge that requires it. Oh my gosh, okay. I have this at priority 5 at the moment. This is the microbe musher. The gas range on the other side is at priority 5 as well. And then let me see, gristleberries, I'm cooking them up here. So this is priority 5 as well. So I'm assuming they will just be doing both recipes as of this point. Right now we do have 261,000 kilocalories of berry sludge. And of course we have 2.2 million of surf and turf. So we have a lot of surf and turf, I gotta say. But yeah, I'm just gonna allow them to keep going a little bit, and then we see whether or not we are accumulating some of the other stuff. My petroleum rocket is almost ready. Oh, by the way, I put in some work in between the episodes in order to set up the solar panels that I took apart at some point. I'm now missing some glass, I think. No, actually I still have the glass. I sent some over. Totally forgot about that, but I didn't want to put anything here in order to still take advantage of the tower here, even though with every subsequent solar panel it gets a little bit less juice. But this is definitely going to help us, especially during the day, to sustain everything. Like the petroleum right now was being used up way too quickly, and I could prevent this from happening this way. At the moment we are still finishing the oxygen pipes, so all of the pipes that will be providing the oxygen. And one more thing that we need to take care of, possibly in today's episode, is getting lumber. We need 100 lumber for this, and then another 200 lumber for this. And I definitely want to get the hot tub and the sauna in place. So looking around the planetoids, I think my biggest problem is that I have absolutely no idea where I could find the lumber. Maybe we haven't even discovered the planetoid yet. I thought I did see a tree once, but maybe this was wrong. Could I potentially do some more exploring maybe? I could definitely make my way over here, for instance, in order to check out what we can find here. Maybe there's another planetoid nearby. I still have my explorer rocket here. Let me see. There's nobody inside though. Currently, Jean is actually piloting this vessel. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. We have 20 tiles available. If I go right here, I can discover both of the question marks and then still make my way back. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm already opening up the bunker doors. Launchers ready. Wait a second. The Trailblazer module isn't ready yet, though I do need 2 Trailblazer modules and an additional duplicate inside to even make it worth it. So maybe, yeah, let me go ahead and put a bunch of ladders here. And then this battery module I'm gonna swap for another Trailblazer. Or maybe actually we could do an orbital cargo module. That also makes sense, because all we need is a bunch of materials to build a rocket platform. We already get 400 kilograms of cobalt from the Trailblazer module. So if I go ahead and build an orbital cargo module, I should be able to shoot down the additional 400 kilograms required. And there it is, my orbital cargo module. Let's make sure to put in some cobalt. We can store 6,000 kilograms in here. That is actually insane. I only needed 400 kilograms. Oh, it's so cool. Check this out. It's like a revolver. We now have 1,320 kilograms in here. This is technically enough. Let's decide for the second duplicate. Like, we can take someone that is not really important. We could even go with a dreamer, to be honest with you. But let's go with Meep or so. We're gonna acknowledge the warnings and begin that launch sequence. And there it is. Hopefully, we're gonna discover the lumber planetoid. Now, I guess if there was a little bit of lumber already, I would have it on this planetoid. The thing is, without any duplicates on the planetoid itself, you cannot really search for it. Lumber would be easily distinguishable from the other materials, so I'm just assuming I'm either stupid or there is no lumber that I discovered yet. Well, I guess we will figure out in about 6.5 cycles when we actually reach the destination, and then we should be able to use the telescope. Do I even need more of the data banks? I'm not so sure, but I do have endless materials in terms of plastics. On the other side, we already accumulated quite a few data banks here. Let me check out the research. I know I haven't done everything just yet. I'm gonna be needing like 420 here. Yeah, I'm gonna be needing 435 right here. And then if we check at the bottom, there's another 370. Okay, I guess we can keep going a little bit until we have about 1,000 discs or so, and that should be enough. More than enough. It looks like I ran out of rat pills with Lyra here. We should be able to simply get them in here using this conveyor loader. So instead of oxalite, we're just gonna do the rat pills. Where would that be? Medicine? Rat pills? Okay, now I need to be careful. That was already 470 rat pills. Ooh, I think I just dropped them again. I'm so stupid. Okay, now we have 20 kilograms of rat pills. Yeah, this is a little bit of a problem. I should have a little bit more control how many things I'm sending over to the third planetoid. We could use item meters for that, but honestly sometimes it's not worth the trouble. Like, I only have to do this every 100 or so cycles, and if I send over 400 rat pills, I only have to do it every 400 cycles. Okay, nice. Now I have 100 rat pills that I sent over. Let's bring these guys here somewhere else, and now I'm just bringing over some oxalite to wrap everything up and then send the payload. This is another thing, like, I always need to make sure that I'm bringing the oxalite or filling up the machine so stuff gets sent in the first place. So right now Lyra is vomiting all over the place, but she will be doing great again once the pills arrive. In the meantime, we're still flying over for another 5 cycles. So let's leave this be for a while and check back in just a second. In the meantime, I already want to prepare the food. Right now, all we want to keep in here is probably the berry sludge. So let me change the other one maybe. So I'm just gonna add berry sludge in here. We're gonna copy the settings over so everything else is being expelled. And in this guy, we don't want to store the berry sludge, but we want to store the, where is it? Up here, mixed berry pie. Okay, that's gonna be our main food source in this fridge, and once my duplicants, the worker duplicants, have gone from this planetoid, we're gonna switch the second fridge to contain the other type of food that we want to provide. Oh my gosh, guys, I didn't even consider this solution. We could just grow our own trees. I mean, I do have a couple of these acorn seeds, right? And right now I'm getting some more. Now, what do we need to actually grow these? It only requires a little bit of dirt and polluted water. We can easily provide that. This is amazing. Why didn't I think of that? There it is, our test farm tile. We're gonna plant that acorn tree and then just let it grow for some lumber. The lumber I'm actually gonna directly send over. So as soon as we get some, it's gonna be sent over to the water planetoid, and then we can use it to build the sauna and the hot tub. You know, I noticed that we're not actually going to be successful in distributing the oxygen, especially on the left side, because everything is technically walled off. And also, we don't need to use these expensive pipes. I didn't think about that. Like, all of this material we can save and just use normal piping, because by the time it reaches this point, it will be distributed into the base either way, and it doesn't matter if it's insulated or not. So we could just go with normal sandstone pipes. They're mostly inside of the contraption. So as of this point, I'm gonna change to sandstone pipes, and we're gonna bring these over to the left side as well. Exchange this tile here with a gas vent. So this will be continuing over and also going down at this point. Then right here, we don't really need one, but the next one here would be continuing. Then exchange these. This one would continue as well, filling up this part. And I guess so on and so forth. Let's go ahead and do this. There's one last pipe we have to relay. Bring down here some bridges, and we're all done. Yeah, this should be good. Then we can exchange this tile here with a gas vent, and we should have our oxygen distributed everywhere. Well, will you look at that? We have reached our destination right here, and indeed discovered another planetoid. We cannot oversee it just yet, but it is the gassy moose planetoid. By the way, there's another question mark to discover. This is not going to be a planetoid, most likely, but here we go. Now, unfortunately or fortunately, this has all been in vain, because now we have access to lumber, and this arbor tree is indeed growing some branches. So in due time, we should be able to finish the hotel planetoid, including the sauna. Now, currently we don't have any of the mixed berry pies. There is the refrigerator here that should contain some. Let me see. Look at that. We now have 14 kilograms. That is not too shabby. But yeah, it's going to be a while until we can actually send them over to the hotel planetoid and fill up the fridge. Therefore, also invite the guests. Right now, I'm still struggling a little bit with the the power. It has improved since I added the solar panels again. But yeah, it's not quite as convenient yet. And of course, we still have to bring the petroleum every now and then. Like right now, I'm fueled up again, so I'm guessing I'm gonna leave the premises here, make my way back to the hotel planetoid with the liquid rocket. In the meantime, we have arrived. We're gonna be discovering some more tiles and then we just make our way back. Good enough for me. Wonderful. Already making my way back. The other point of interest was a chlorine cloud. Not that interesting to me, but also the planetoid. I don't think we're actually going to be doing something with it unless it is useful. Right now, the resin might have been useful, but technically we don't need it. The goal was to build this hotel and to also get a sustainable base. So I think the main focus we have to invest still is to get enough food for the entirety of the 20 hotel duplicants. We probably need more farms and maybe some other additional things in order to sustain the base resources that we require. So I think what I'm gonna do now is fill the rest up with drywall here, so we have at least this one finished. Now here in the cellar everything can be black, and the same thing here for the ladder part. I want this all to be a black background, including all of the transit tube access points. You know, I noticed my duplicants aren't running around with their atmosuits anymore, and that is because they never go back into the spacefarer module anymore. They have a bed to sleep. All of the food has gone from this place, so it does make sense, but I'm still a little bit worried once they do something upstairs. Okay, we are about to finish the piping. My duplicants are extremely quick. Like, I think May is the quickest duplicant I have in my entire colony. I mean, check this out. Meep is starving. Ooh. Oh, I have nothing in this fridge. What was I doing? I didn't even check, you know? He's got 987 kilocalories left and Jean has 2,500. So Jean is gonna make it no matter what. 2.4 psych. That's not enough. We're gonna lose another duplicant. Wait a second. Are you serious? Is there nothing I can do? I mean, it's even gonna be a close one for Jean, right? Because they use 1,000 kilocalories per cycle. On the other side, I could now test your theory, because technically this vessel here isn't important anymore, and we could try to abandon it, because this would make us much quicker. I don't want to abandon it on the third planetoid, so we would have to make it at least to this tile. Oh my gosh, Meep is gonna die! No! Yeah, he's never gonna make it. I mean, at least don't do anything. Just disable the building. Just hang around, don't do anything. Keep your kilocalories in check. It has been a huge mistake to take Meep with us. I mean, Jean would have survived it. We didn't even need a second duplicant, and it's just such a waste. I'm sorry, Meep. You're down to 300 kilocalories, yeah. And then Jean might not even make it, you know? Holy cow, this episode took quite a turn, I have to say. Now, before Meep dies, maybe let me check out their priorities. So Meep was life support, toggling, tidying, and a little bit of supplying and storing. So it's not like he's the most important duplicant. We can train up another one. Jean on the other side, I really don't want to lose. So at least Fate chose the correct duplicant to kill off, I guess. How about the radiation? Yeah, it's okay. We're down to the last 100 kilocalories. As for Jean, okay, she's still doing okay. And now we're down to 0. And I think this is where Meep is just gonna fall down, right? There it is. 0. Yeah, he's truly dead. I just don't know what to say. Actually, you know what? We could have tried to abandon on this planetoid here and then just make our way back. Yeah, we could send a rescue mission to get those guys back. Sure, you know, I want to test that out just because I haven't considered this option yet. So I think I'm gonna revert back to the last save game here, the autosave. And I don't know if this is save scumming, but I mentioned the abandoned ship. I just didn't think that it would be wise to go to the third planetoid, but of course it's wiser than duplicant die. Okay, there we go. Let's put this to the test. I hope I get to keep my databanks and everything that is contained within this ship, but all we want to do now is abandon the ship and actually make our way down to the planetoid. This is gonna destroy my ship, but look at that. Some escape pods and debris. Checking out the planetoid, this should land all somewhere here. Actually, wait, where are the crashes? Whoa, hold on. Where is my debris? Is it all on this tile? Are you serious? Oh no, never mind. There's some more here. Can we pick it up? Yes, but what do we do with it? And where the heck are my duplicants? Right there. Looks like I crash landed at the bottom. So where is Meep? Ah, they're actually both right there. Okay, they're overlapping each other. Check this out. Wonderful. And Jean actually went first. first. So they first went for some oxygen because I totally forgot to re-equip their suits. And now they are just idling around, even though Meep is dying. No? Huh? Wait a second. I don't get it. When did he eat? What just happened? Maybe they ate something here. I don't know. Yeah, honestly, I don't think a lot of our stuff from the rocket has been saved, but at least we do have Meep back right here. And now all we have to do is send a rescue mission. Like, we didn't even need this Explorer rocket anymore. What we could do though is take this rocket here very briefly with Mima. She doesn't have anything to do right now with the Driller rocket, and we're just gonna bring our duplicants back. Now this one here has enough food, 182,000 kilocalories. So I'm gonna be changing the destination to this planetoid here, and we just have to wait for someone to fill up the oxalite. Should happen in just a moment. Wonderful, there it is. The warnings are drill cone, missing diamonds. That doesn't matter, we're not gonna drill anything. So now we're making our way over to the third planetoid on this landing pad here in order to rescue Sheen and Meep. Now, what happened here? Broken. Is it too hot? Maybe it got a little bit too hot. I'm not sure. Yeah, this could very well be. Like, the Weezwards cannot really keep up. Do I have another material here? Not really. I should have built them out of gold, so we'll probably have to fix that as well. Good. I'm actually glad I changed this. I mean, it would have been possible to train up another Meep since he wasn't that important in his role. But still, I think this was the better solution, and we got to see the abandoned ship mechanic once again. So I think with that out of the way, I'm gonna wrap it up for today's episode. We already built the sauna, as you can see, and actually the hot tub. So we don't even have to send any more lumber back. That means we can empty this. Very, very nice. And as a matter of fact, what we're gonna need instead is some bleach stone, and the water that we are inputting here is a little bit too cold. Why? There's 40 kilograms of water in here. How can I get rid of it or heat it up even? Of course, right now everything is still going towards the oxygen system and filling up the water shafts. So until I filled up the water shafts, we probably have to do something else, like the sauna. I would like to figure out, it has an automation slot, but it's only to enable or disable the building. So we cannot really detect when somebody is using it. And therefore we are dependent on as many duplicants as possible using it so that the steam that is inside of these pipes here isn't gonna cool down. Okay, but this still means we have to wait for a couple more cycles until we invite more duplicants, especially until we have our food ready and maybe also the water shaft completely filled up. Currently, most of the water is actually going towards filling up the water shaft, but it is still like only 5 to 7 kilograms per second. So that is still gonna take a while, but we also still have to clean up. Okay, nice. In terms of infrastructure, we now have built everything. There's still some drywall to be built for the recreational areas, but other than that, we are pretty much ready. So we only have to take care of the details, maybe the food, maybe add some more farms, and then we can get this hotel running. So with that out of the way, I would say we're gonna wrap it up for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, have a great time, and see you soon. Bye bye.